What can ECOWAS do now? Are they going to attack Niger's presidential palace to save President Mohamed Bazoum? It makes no sense. I think the ECOWAS heads of state will be forced to come and negotiate with the junta in power in Niger.
China should be in power for a while, but to negotiate him in short possible time to give the power to a civilian government.
We support the coup 100%, and we want peace in our country. Whoever runs the country, we want peace. That's our goal.
ECOWAS is a declining organization, but can a single effort revive it? ECOWAS has decided to implement a single currency, touting it as a beneficial move for all African nations. However, it seems to benefit ECOWAS more than anyone else. This initiative might just save the organization. But will the nations forget how ECOWAS acted as a puppet to France, complying with all its directives?
The sanctions are against us Malians. We do not need those international organizations like the West African body ECOWAS to tell us what to do. Why are they interfering in our affairs?
Mali won't be able to withstand the latest sanctions. We don't have access to the ocean, and we need the ports of Senegal and Ivory Coast to get goods into our country. For business owners, the economic sanctions are suicidal.
Will they trust ECOWAS again? Let's find out. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, is poised to launch a new single currency, the ECO, marking a significant step toward economic integration in the region. This initiative received a major boost with the endorsement of Nigeria, the largest economy within the ECOWAS region. The approval from Nigeria is seen as pivotal for the actualization of the ECO, which aims to enhance economic integration, simplify trade processes, and improve monetary stability across the 15 member states of ECOWAS. Let's not forget the problems nations have with ECOWAS. So, what's the point of this new single currency ECO? The introduction of the ECO currency by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, signifies a monumental step towards achieving economic integration and stability within the region. This visionary initiative is not merely about creating a new currency, but about laying the groundwork for a unified and prosperous West Africa. At least this is what is being told. Let's talk about the visions one-on-one by starting with economic mottos. One of the primary motivations behind the ECO currency is to enhance economic integration among the 15 ECOWAS member states. Economic integration refers to the process whereby countries reduce trade barriers and coordinate their economic policies to achieve a greater degree of economic collaboration. For West Africa, this means creating an environment where goods, services, and labor can move freely across borders, leading to increased economic activities and growth. The introduction of a single currency like the ECO simplifies trade processes by eliminating the need for currency exchange. Currently, businesses operating across multiple countries in West Africa face the challenge of dealing with different currencies, which adds costs and complexities to trade. A single currency would mean that companies can price their products and services in one currency, thereby reducing transaction costs and making it easier to conduct cross-border trade. Monetary stability is another critical goal of the ECO currency. Many countries in West Africa have experienced significant fluctuations in their exchange rates, which can lead to economic instability. By adopting a single currency, ECOWAS aims to stabilize exchange rates across the region, making it easier for businesses to plan and invest with confidence. A stable currency can also help control inflation. In countries where inflation is high, the value of the national currency decreases, which can erode purchasing power and savings. A single currency, backed by a robust monetary policy framework, can help maintain price stability, ensuring that inflation remains low and predictable. ECOWAS leaders believe that the ECO will drive economic growth and development in West Africa. By simplifying trade and stabilizing the economy, the ECO is expected to create a more conducive environment for investment. When businesses face fewer hurdles and more predictable economic conditions, they are more likely to invest in new projects and expand their operations, leading to job creation and economic growth. Moreover, the ECO is envisioned to attract foreign direct investment (FDI). Investors often look for stable and integrated markets where they can operate efficiently. A single currency area in West Africa would present such an opportunity. making the region more attractive to international investors. Increased FDI can bring in not only capital, but also technology and expertise, further boosting economic development. One of the practical benefits of a single currency is the reduction of bureaucratic delays at borders. Currently, exporting and importing goods in West Africa can be a cumbersome process due to varying customs regulations and currency exchanges. A single currency would streamline these processes, making it easier and faster to move goods across borders. This reduction in delays can significantly benefit businesses, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises (SMEs), which often lack the resources to navigate complex trade procedures. By simplifying the process, the ECO would enable these businesses to expand their markets and grow, contributing to overall economic development. Beyond the economic benefits, the ECO currency also serves as a powerful symbol of unity for West Africa. The region has a rich history and diverse cultures, but it has also faced challenges such as political instability and economic fragmentation. A single currency represents a commitment to overcoming these challenges and working together towards a shared future. The process of creating the ECO involves extensive collaboration among ECOWAS member states. This collaboration fosters a sense of solidarity and mutual trust, which are essential for achieving broader regional goals. The ECO is not just a financial tool, but a manifestation of the region's collective aspiration for peace, stability, and prosperity. But it's too soon to say it is for unity unless you don't know the whole story. Now the question is, who will use the ECO? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. The ECO is intended for use by all 15 ECOWAS member states, which include Benin, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Côte d'Ivoire, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Togo. These countries have diverse economic profiles, ranging from the relatively large and diversified economies of Nigeria to smaller, more fragile economies like those of Liberia and Sierra Leone. Nigeria, being the largest economy in the region, plays a crucial role in the adoption and implementation of the ECO. Its endorsement is pivotal because Nigeria's economic activities significantly influence the region's overall economic health. With its substantial oil revenues and diversified economy, Nigeria's support for the ECO lends credibility and stability to the currency. Nigeria's commitment to the ECO demonstrates its leadership role within ECOWAS and its investment in regional economic integration. The readiness of member states to adopt the ECO varies widely. Countries like Côte d'Ivoire and Senegal, which have relatively stable economies and are part of the West African Economic and Monetary Union (WEMOA), may find the transition smoother compared to others. These countries already use the CFA franc, which is pegged to the euro, providing a stable monetary environment. On the other hand, countries like Liberia and Sierra Leone, which have faced significant economic challenges, may find the transition more complex. These countries will need to ensure they meet the convergence criteria set by ECOWAS, which include maintaining low inflation rates, fiscal discipline, and stable exchange rates. Meeting these criteria is essential for the successful adoption of the ECO and ensuring that it benefits all member states. For smaller economies within ECOWAS, the adoption of the ECO presents both opportunities and challenges. On the positive side, a single currency can provide these countries with access to a larger, more stable economic environment. This can attract investment, promote trade, and stimulate economic growth. However, smaller economies may also face challenges in adjusting to a new monetary framework. They will need to align their fiscal and monetary policies with those of the region, which can be a complex and demanding process. Additionally, the loss of independent monetary policy can be a concern for these countries, as they will no longer be able to devalue their currency to gain a competitive advantage in international markets. And how would this benefit all members? Despite the challenges, the ECO offers significant benefits for all member states. By using a single currency, countries can reduce transaction costs, which is particularly beneficial for businesses engaged in cross-border trade. This reduction in costs can lead to lower prices for consumers and increased profitability for businesses. Moreover, the ECO can enhance price transparency across the region. With a single currency, consumers and businesses can easily compare prices of goods and services in different countries, promoting competition and efficiency. This can lead to better market outcomes and improved economic welfare for the population. The introduction of the ECO is not without its challenges. So, let's now address the other side of the coin. One of the most significant challenges facing the ECO is achieving macroeconomic convergence among the member states. Macroeconomic convergence refers to the alignment of key economic indicators such as inflation rates, budget deficits, and public debt levels. For a single currency to function effectively, the economies of the member states need to be similar in these respects. Currently, there is considerable variation in the economic conditions of ECOWAS member states. Countries like Nigeria and Ghana have relatively strong and diverse economies, while others, such as Liberia and Sierra Leone, struggle with economic instability and high levels of public debt. Aligning these disparate economies requires significant policy coordination and discipline. Member states must implement measures to control inflation, reduce budget deficits, and manage public debt. Aligning these disparate economies requires significant policy coordination and discipline. Member states must implement measures to control inflation, reduce budget deficits, and manage public debt. This process can be politically and economically challenging, as it often requires austerity measures and structural reforms that may be unpopular domestically. Another challenge is the need for robust institutions to manage and oversee the ECO. The success of a single currency depends on strong institutions, including a regional central bank with the authority and expertise to implement monetary policy effectively. Building such institutions requires time, resources, and commitment from all member states. The regional central bank must be independent and capable of making decisions that are in the best interest of the entire region, rather than any single member state. This requires a high level of trust and cooperation among member states, which can be difficult to achieve. Furthermore, the central bank must be staffed with experts who have the necessary skills and experience to manage a complex monetary union. This involves investing in education and training to develop a pool of qualified professionals. One of the major sources of skepticism about the ECO is the potential loss of monetary policy autonomy for member states. By adopting a single currency, countries cede control over their national monetary policies to a regional central bank. This means they can no longer use tools such as currency devaluation to manage their economies. For some countries, this loss of control can be particularly concerning. For instance, countries that rely on devaluing their currency to boost exports may find it difficult to adjust to a single currency regime. Similarly, countries that face asymmetric shocks, economic disturbances that affect some member states more than others, may struggle to find appropriate policy responses when they no longer control their monetary policy. Ensuring that the regional central bank can respond effectively to such shocks is a critical challenge for the ECO. The political and economic heterogeneity of ECOWAS member states adds another layer of complexity to the introduction of the ECO. The region includes countries with diverse political systems, ranging from stable democracies to nations with histories of political instability and conflict. This diversity can make it difficult to achieve the necessary consensus and cooperation for a successful monetary union. Economic heterogeneity also poses significant challenges. While some member states have relatively advanced economies, others are heavily reliant on agriculture or natural resources and face significant development challenges. These economic differences mean that the benefits and costs of adopting a single currency will vary across the region. Ensuring that all member states perceive the ECO as beneficial requires careful policy design and implementation. For the ECO to succeed, it must gain the trust and confidence of the public. Public perception and acceptance are crucial for the smooth transition to a new currency. If people do not trust the stability and value of the ECO, they may be reluctant to use it, which can undermine the currency's credibility and effectiveness. Building public confidence involves extensive education and awareness campaigns to explain the benefits and implications of the ECO. Governments and institutions must address concerns and misconceptions, such as fears of losing national sovereignty or the potential for economic disruption. Additionally, ensuring that the transition process is smooth and transparent can help build trust and acceptance among the public. The experience of the Eurozone provides valuable lessons for ECOWAS as it introduces the ECO. The Eurozone, which also adopted a single currency among diverse member states, has faced significant challenges in maintaining economic stability and cohesion. Issues such as asymmetric shocks, fiscal imbalances, and the need for strong institutions have been prominent in the Eurozone experience. ECOWAS can learn from these lessons by ensuring that its institutional framework is robust and that policies are in place to address potential economic disparities and shocks. For instance, establishing mechanisms for fiscal transfers or financial assistance within the region can help mitigate the impact of economic shocks on individual member states. Additionally, maintaining a high level of policy coordination and cooperation is essential for the success of the ECO. Resistance from some member states is another challenge facing the ECO. Countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have expressed reservations about the initiative and have withdrawn from ECOWAS, citing disagreements over issues such as foreign influence and the bloc's stance on military coups in the region. These countries are focusing on developing their own economic and security arrangements, which may diverge from the goals of ECOWAS and the ECO. But what's the story of nations against this plan? Not all member states are on board with this ambitious project. Notably, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have chosen not to participate in the ECO initiative, citing various political, economic, and strategic reasons. Understanding their stance provides valuable insights into the complexities of regional integration and the challenges facing the ECO. One of the primary reasons for the non-participation of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger is their political discontent with ECOWAS. These countries have experienced significant political turmoil, including military coups and civil unrest, which have strained their relations with the regional bloc. ECOWAS has taken strong stances against military coups and political instability, often imposing sanctions and demanding the restoration of democratic governance. This has led to friction between the bloc and these countries, culminating in their decision to withdraw from ECOWAS. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have argued that ECOWAS policies are heavily influenced by external powers, particularly former colonial rulers and Western nations. They believe that these influences undermine the sovereignty and independence of member states, imposing foreign agendas that do not align with their national interests. This perception has fueled their reluctance to fully commit to ECOWAS initiatives, including the adoption of the ECO currency. The economic landscapes of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger also play a significant role in their decision to opt out of the ECO. These countries face distinct economic challenges that differ from those of other ECOWAS member states. Mali, for instance, has been grappling with ongoing conflict and instability, which have severely impacted its economy. The same is true for Burkina Faso and Niger, where security concerns and limited economic diversification present substantial hurdles. Adopting the ECO requires meeting specific macroeconomic convergence criteria, including maintaining low inflation rates, fiscal discipline, and stable exchange rates. For countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, achieving these targets is particularly challenging given their current economic conditions. The costs and risks associated with transitioning to a new currency, coupled with the need for substantial economic reforms, make the adoption of the ECO less appealing. Instead of aligning with ECOWAS and the ECO initiative, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have sought to strengthen their regional alliances. In response to their perceived marginalization within ECOWAS, these countries have formed the Alliance of Sahel States AES, a new regional bloc aimed at addressing their specific political, economic, and security needs. The AES focuses on mutual defense and economic cooperation, prioritizing regional security and stability over broader economic integration. By forming this alliance, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger aim to exert greater control over their regional policies and reduce their dependence on ECOWAS and external influences. This strategic shift underscores their desire to chart an independent course that aligns more closely with their national interests and regional realities. Is it possible that ECOWAS is just making this single currency to have a better grip on Africa? The nations against ECOWAS have made a whole new organization that bothers ECOWAS, so this new currency may gain back unity without ECOWAS. But will this work? Do you think this single thing can save ECOWAS? Will the nations forget how ECOWAS acted as a puppet of France? Let us know in the comments section. Have you forgotten how ECOWAS always stands with France? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.